Welcome to our 5th annual Biotechnology Open House. I'm Daisy Vulovich, and I am so pleased to be your host tonight, as I have been for the last few years. Believe it or not, it's been 5 years since we first opened the doors to our biotechnology program, and since then, over 40 students have graduated from the program. And tonight, you'll even get to meet somebody who was a student of ours that we talked to in the early years, who graduated and is actually back with us, working for us as a lab assistant. We hope that you'll find the time to come and actually see our campus and visit this on site, but in the meantime, sit back and get to know some of the faculty, the students, and the community supporters who find biotechnology to be one of the most exciting, cutting-edge programs that we have here at the State College of Florida. Here at our Biotechnology Open House, we have with us the AS Biotechnology Program Manager, Dr. Matt Thomas. And there's so many questions I want to ask you, Dr. Thomas, but let's start with, for people who don't know what biotechnology is, what do they expect to see in a curriculum in biotechnology?
Well, biotech's really the business of biology. It's like using what we've discovered and learned about biology the last 50 years to make products. And so a lot of that involves quality assurance, it involves working in a lab, and some very basic skills that can be applied to lots of different fields. So our curriculum is designed to make students to be good generalists so they can go lots of different places and be successful in laboratory sciences, and also not only in the industry setting, but the academic setting. So we have a lot of students who go on and pursue advanced degrees as well.
So really, biotechnology is going to be something that takes place in settings outside of health areas, for example.
Yes, and that's just, health area is just one of them. That's one that's popular in this area. But we also have companies in the area that do water testing and environmental testing. And we have a lot of good placements at those companies. There's people doing genetic testing. There's people doing bioremediation. There's production of nutraceuticals. There's production of beer, and those are all part of biotechnology.
Okay, so talking about beer for a minute, let's talk about your placement, because you mentioned placement and students having experiential learning experiences, which leads to placement. How does that work in biotech?
Right. We had a little over 40 graduates now, and about 85% are their very first job after completing the program was in science-related things. So that was great placement. And then the number maybe is a little misleading, because the ones that didn't go get a job, they turned out and went and got advanced degrees. So we got good stuff there. But that experiential learning, we partner with our industry partners. So we have a collaboration of businesses in the area that tell us what they need and what they're doing. And so one great example is what we've been doing with Three Daughters Brewing in St. Pete. And actually, their director of quality assurance is one of our graduates, and she's now in charge of their whole quality and also in charge of their product development.
Wow. So tell us, how did she get from being a student intern to a director?
She started out as an internship. She got her foot in the door. She did a great job. She used the skills she learned here with us and basically helped them revamp their whole system, because they really needed some basic help on kind of going from being a home brewer to a craft brewer, and that needs a little formality, a little bit of scientific rigor, and she brought that because she got it from us here at SCF. And her management loved it, what she was doing, and they just offered her a job. So it's like that kind of excellence And that ability to excel that we helped kind of nurture a little bit, she took and ran with and turned it into this great position.
Now, some of the other things, though, some of your interns have, or even some of your students, from what I understand, are working with industry now in terms of helping industry do some of their research. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So one of the things we've done is paired with Lakewood Amidex. It's a small pharmaceutical company in the area, and they don't have any lab space, and we do. And so the idea is they needed a few experiments done, nothing too crazy, just a few basic things. And so what we did is invited them to sponsor a student, do their internship in our lab on SCF campus, but they do Lakewood Amidex's work. And so it's starting to set up some interesting ideas of how we can help small companies get some work done without huge capital investment. And maybe, it gets them what they need, and later on they can make decisions about where they want to spend their resources, and hopefully they'll come back to us for similar things in the future.
And what a wonderful example of the way the State College of Florida works with our local businesses. I think often we think of the work that we do in helping train incumbent workers to come back to school, or doing on-site training in workforce areas. But the fact of the matter is, our students are helping businesses do their business while they're in our lab.
Yes, that's right. And so it's kind of a neat change. It's something we're just starting to experiment with, but it's like the school and the community has made an investment in this program. This is a great way to help those small businesses really take off and use their resources wisely.
What a great win-win opportunity. So in closing, if there's somebody out there who's not really sure about what to major in, why should they look at biotechnology?
The 21st century is the century of biology. People have been talking about this. The newest medications, the newest techniques, the things that are going to help the environment are coming out of the biology labs, not from the other sciences, or lesser extent. Or I'll be a little...
You got to be politically correct.
Yeah, some of the other sciences will help out, but this is what we now understand about biology allows us to manipulate things at a fundamental level that we can use to impact society in a positive way. And that's why you should be involved in biology.
So if I'm interested in learning more about biotech, how do I find out more information about your program?
We got a web page. We have a Facebook page. You can email me and call the Natural Science Department here at SCF. So lots of different ways you can get a hold of us. And give us a call or send us an email, or just drop by the Bradenton campus and have a chat. We're always here, willing and happy to talk to people. And actually, you can stop by any of our campuses, because everybody in the science departments knows about this program on the other campuses, and our advisors know about the program. So it's a good place to start.
All right. Well, Dr. Thomas, it looks like you've got a really nice turnout here of faculty, staff, students in the community. And congratulations, because I remember when we were keeping our fingers crossed for the very first graduate. And how many did you say we've now graduated?
I think 41 or 42.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, many of our students come back to us, don't they?
That's right. Yeah. We are... Currently, our newest hire in the Natural Sciences Department is a graduate of the program, and he's now helping out in the lab prep, and he's actually helping me with the biotechnology classes. So yeah.
That says a lot. Our students graduate, but they boomerang back to us. So, and it's because of wonderful faculty like Dr. Thomas that makes going to school so fun and exciting. So thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Richard Barnhouse is so important to the college in terms of looking at how we recruit students to our programs and growing our enrollment across our campuses. And biotechnology is one of the most unique programs that we have here at the college. Really some state-of-the-art technology that we use, wonderful collaborations not only with other institutions but with local employers. So, Dr. Barnhouse, I know there are a lot of people out there who are really reluctant about making that step to perhaps going back to school. How would you persuade somebody to take that first step? What would make it easy for somebody to come to SCF?
Well, the first question I would ask anybody is, what job is it that you want to retire from? And if you're not in that job and you have got an idea about where you may want to end your career or where you want to be right now, this is the time, I think, to take a look at SCF and look at all the programs that we have to offer. In addition to that, where can you go from here? So if you want to finish your associate's degree, whether it's AS or AA,
what's the difference between an AA and an AS for people who don't know our jargon?
Sure. So associates of science is people that want to go right into the workforce and want to be employer ready and attractive to employers, 2 years of education, and then making a real impact to our local economy. And we've been really successful in that over the last several years, and I think that employers, as you know, Daisy, really look to us to provide them with the workforce that they need, and truly the skilled and educated workforce that they need. And so that's AS. And AA, Associate of Arts, that degree track is typically, not always, but typically for students who want to transfer on to the university and complete baccalaureate work, master's degree work, and on from there. It doesn't mean you can't go right into the workforce, but whereas the AS is designed specifically for employment skills to hit the ground running and moving in the local economy in whatever industry that they choose.
Okay, so if I want to make my next step to come to SCF, what's the best thing I should do as a returning student? Where should I go? What should I do?
Well, I know that over the last decade, it's been really popular to look at a website, and of course we do, and you can certainly look at our website. But what we're finding from students is they actually want to sit down and talk to somebody, or they want to talk to a person on a phone and not have to dial through the computer on the phone. And so we've changed the way that we're doing things. And of course, you can look at all of our programming and support services online, but we'd also encourage you to come to campus and call admissions and make an appointment for a tour or to sit down with somebody in admissions or recruitment and spend some time on campus and get all of your questions answered. That's how I think you really get a sense of what the campus is like. And you realize that you have the opportunity when you take these types of tours that you're not going to be sitting in a lecture hall with 500 students.
Absolutely.
Right? It's going to be probably somewhere between 13 and 25 students in a class. You get to know your faculty really, really well. You're not being taught by a TA. And so you get to know these highly credentialed faculty members who oftentimes are cutting edge in their field and get to learn from the very best in the region. And so I think that that's another thing that you may not be able to really see from a website.
Absolutely.
So I would say make an appointment, come to campus, take a tour, get a feel for how comfortable it is here.
And of course, affordable, very affordable, accessible. We have 3 campuses, plus we have a full array of online courses for those people who are comfortable in that environment. But you're absolutely right. The first step is the toughest, but whether you want to go to Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, or Venice, we urge you to take that first step, and people like Dr. Barnhouse will ensure that you've got the resources that you need to be successful here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daisy.
There's nothing more exciting than a student who graduates from our college and finds their way back here several years later. And Matt Britton is an example of that. Matt, tell us what you do here in the biotechnology lab.
I prepare the labs for the students. They learn DNA, RNA, and protein techniques with isolation, characterization. Also cell culture, where they'll work with plant and animal cells. And I prepare all the labs and the chemicals and the equipment that they'll need to learn these skills.
So tell us a little bit about your background, because you started here at SCF. What made you look into this?
I'm pursuing my bachelor's at USF in biology, and this position gives me the ability to still pursue that, but also gain the lab experience needed.
So tell us about your passion.
I would like to get into microbiology and genetic research and perhaps viral research.
So for somebody out there who's not sure about getting into biotechnology, or for that matter, even going back, trying to get into college, what advice would you give them, Matt?
It depends on what you want to do in science, and biotechnology is a very wide, broad field in science that encompasses DNA, RNA, protein, has applications such as environmental preservation, genetic research, medication, vaccine and antibiotic refinement.
Even craft beer.
Absolutely, even make a good beer.
So, ultimately, a student who leaves SCF, what skills did you feel you left here with that you didn't have when you started?
I learned many mathematical calculations, many molecular biology techniques and concepts, physics and chemistry. I can now go from the classroom straight into a laboratory.
Wonderful. Well, and we're so glad that part of what you decided to do is come back into this laboratory. So congratulations, and thank you for boomeranging back with us. We love having our students come back. So we've got quite a few students here today. Tell us a little bit about what you're demonstrating to them and the reactions that you're getting from the students.
I'm definitely getting a lot of enthusiastic, legitimate reactions from the students when I show them that what we're doing here is showing them their skin cells from their cheek under a microscope, and we use blue and green dye, and the blue dye will bind to their DNA of the cells, and then green will signify that the cell is dead. And I show them under the microscope and on the visual display, and I'm getting a lot of positive reactions.
So what would you tell these students as they're leaving? What should their next step be?
As far as
Thinking about going back to school or coming here?
well, this program, it prepares you for a career in science, and before you come to SCF, determine which avenue of science you would like to pursue. And biotechnology definitely gives you a good example and shows you many different areas and avenues of science that you could navigate and pursue once you come into this program.
And of course, what you've showed them is what happens when you leave and you can come back.
Yeah, absolutely. You can come back and you can gain the lab experience you need to go to a different lab, and the skills, they transfer. You don't ever lose them.
Well, it sounds like we did a pretty good job training you, but we're so glad that you're back and helping us train our other students. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So I'm here with Eric, who is one of our students in our biotechnology program. And one of the things I asked him, he was just so enthusiastic, was, why are you majoring in biotechnology? What is so great about this program?
Well, biotechnology, biology in general, it's very interesting. It's the study of life. You can, in this class, you can learn how to alter DNA, RNA, genes, proteins, and it's just a interesting way to find out what things in life we take for granted. We see this around every day in life. We can find out ways of making new antibiotics, which is a shortage at the moment. We can find out aspects of curing certain diseases. So gene therapy, messing with genes, proteins, and DNA, that helps with that.
So what do you hope to do after you graduate from this program?
After this program, I plan to go back for my bachelor's degree at USF. And at the moment, I'm looking for a place to intern. But hopefully, after graduating here, I hope to find a research facility to work in.
Well, from what Dr. Thomas says, we've had wonderful luck with our students getting internships with a lot of the local employers that have led to job offers. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
So during the open house today, I know there's a lot of different experimenting going on. What kinds of things have you been doing here today, and what are you getting as far as the reaction from students?
Reactions, they're mixed. Like I was in the beginning, I was completely lost. What is this? Am I going to work with this? Just lost. And so here I was in the same position. I'm trying to show students I was there. What I'm showing today, I'm showing CHO cells. They're Chinese hamster ovary cells. And what we're doing in this plant animal cell culture class, we're growing these cells in a dish, and we're giving them special serum to grow. And behind me, there's some cells undergoing mitosis, so they're growing, so they're reproducing identically.
And so some of the students are saying wow, and some of them are saying huh?
Exactly.
So what made you go from huh to wow?
it depends on the person's background, if they have any knowledge of biology. I mean, there's a click, they understand what I'm saying, and some they don't. And this class and this program can fill in those gaps.
Well, you're a wonderful example of the kinds of things we love to see in the classroom. Students who are enthusiastic and students who are looking beyond their associate's degree. And we wish you the best of luck, Eric. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
I'm here with Dr. Todd Fridge, who is new to SCF, relatively new, and he is our Executive Vice President and Provost. And Dr. Fridge, you've been here a few months, and I know you've started to get to know the community and the faculty. Why is a program like biotechnology so important to the institution and to our region?
I think it exemplifies the strength of our academics and our faculty and what we deliver as an institution as a quality academic experience every day in the classroom, but also helps meet the workforce demands of our region, provides tremendous employment opportunities for our students, which is one of our principal missions, and also sort of acts as a cornerstone and example of great experiential learning opportunities, which is invaluable in positioning students for successful careers.
So I've heard you talk a lot about the importance of experiential learning and internships. Could you share a little bit about why companies that might be watching us should get involved with us in that type of initiative? What's in it for them?
Yeah, I think it's a tremendous opportunity for them to sort of test drive the students and help to extend their learning experiences. We do experiential learning very well, and scaffolding those experiences outside of the institution and bringing them back to the classroom, I think helps keep our faculty and our students current in the demands of industry and helping us better meet the workforce needs of those employers.
Well, and I think it speaks to the fact that today we have several people from economic development that are here with this open house, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, and it'd be great to get their perspective on how well we do what we do and why they chose to come here and represent themselves at our event.
Well, we're very happy to have somebody like Dr. Fridge with us who's really out there champion our faculty, our staff, our students, and really continuing to make sure that people know SCF is our community responsive training leader and academic provider.
Yeah, it's really great to be here. It's been 3 months, and it's probably been the best 3 months of my career. Really excited to be a part of the SCF family.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Thank you. You know, I spend a lot of time working with our workforce development leaders to make sure that the programs, the degrees, the certificates that we offer truly fit the needs of our community. And it makes me so happy for an event like this that both our Sarasota and our Bradenton area economic development corporations are here to share their time and their support. Mel, why is a program like this important to our region?
Well, we are interested in diversifying our economy. We don't want to be just a tourism spot. So this is not only a targeted industry for the region, but it serves the purpose of diversification. It also serves the need of where our country is going and where we need workers. So it's our job to find those workers, put them in the appropriate businesses that come to our area. So this is a great conduit.
And Elizabeth, how does biotechnology fit in with the plan that Bradenton has as far as future economic growth and development?
Well, as Mel said, we are definitely looking to expand life sciences in the region, and it is a regional thing from Sarasota all the way up in here into Manatee County, and having talent retention right here in Bradenton to get those high-paying jobs back into the community through the life sciences program is great for all of us.
And isn't life sciences part of your strategic plan as far as further development?
It is. It's one of our targeted sectors. It's something that we've been focusing on quite a bit lately and want to continue. And with our educational partners here at SCF, we are excited to do so.
So one of the challenges that we always have as a higher education institution is we want businesses to be involved with us in terms of curriculum development, opportunities for sending students to employers for internships. You all have the pulse on the employers. How could how could you convince them that getting involved with us in curriculum development and in looking at new program development is worth their time and effort?
That is a great question and one that I love to answer. Places like SCF are nimble and they're able to adjust what they're doing based on the need of the community. They are community driven. They're community driven kids that come in here, and I don't use that term lightly. I don't mean kids, but you know. And our focus is on trying to keep our brain drain from happening. We want those young people, those people who come here for training, to stay. So by doing two things: one, keeping close to the advances in a company, what they're doing, how they're changing, and getting that back to a real-time education is vastly important. And it also makes the ability for that young person coming into the workplace an immediate feedback that the loop is closed.
So one of the things that I would ask both of you to do, and I'm so happy that you took the time to join us today, is really help us get the word out to employers that we at SCF, for programs like this that are really focused on workforce development, any of our Associate of Science degrees, we have advisory committees, and they truly want business there to look at our curriculum, to tell us what are we doing right, what do we need to do better. Just as an example, in biotechnology, we changed some of the writing requirements based on what companies in our community told us the people that were doing research needed to be able to do. So help us get the word out that we love to get employers involved in all kinds of ways. And again, this represents the region. So I think it's really exciting that we have both counties here represented, and we being the regional county provider of higher education, we certainly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It's always fun to see who attends our annual open houses, and tonight we've got a family affair here with two sisters who are currently SCF students. Tell me what's your career goal?
I want to be a doctor.
So you came here tonight. Did you learn anything unexpected about the biotechnology program, or did something surprise you?
Yeah, the amount of opportunities that you can get if you take biotech, it kind of surprised me, the amount of things that you could do with it.
What'd you think?
Yeah, just how broad the field is, really. And I mean, I'm a business major right now, but I'm still interested in science, and I like forensic science a lot, and I realize that today forensic science is kind of applied in biotechnology, and you can learn stuff in biotech field that you can apply there.
And what's your ultimate career goal?
Well, I'm doing a business major. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it yet, but...
Well, we're so happy that you took the time to come with us tonight. So I'm going to ask you this. When you leave and you have the opportunity to talk to somebody else about biotechnology, what are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them that they should really explore it as a field, because there's a lot that you can do with it. And, you know, even if you don't go into biotechnology, you can use it for med school and you can use it for a whole bunch of fields. So it's something to look into.
Lots of sciences involved in biotech, right? All right. Well, congratulations. Good luck here at SCF your first year and your second year. And we're happy that the sisters took the time to come out tonight. Jennifer Boris has a very unique position here at SCF in that she goes out and recruits for all of our Associate in Science degrees, and then she also does advising in our Career and Technical Education program. Jennifer, for somebody who's undecided about going on to college, what advice would you give them?
Well, first off, I would definitely check out our website, which is scf.edu, because it goes through all of our different programs and all the different exciting opportunities, especially with someone who's undecided. Why they might be undecided, maybe they aren't sure of school. Well, we have a number of 2-year degrees that can get you career ready to give you the training and launch you into your career within 2 years of education.
And those are typically our Associate in Science degrees, right?
That is correct, Associate of Science. We have degrees in computers and business and entrepreneurship, biotechnology. So just please check out our website. We have so many opportunities.
And of course, one of the things that we've been launching over the last few years, knowing that some students can't even wait 2 years, is we have a lot of one-year college credit certificates. One of the things that we just launched this year in biotechnology is a biotechnology specialist certificate.
Yes, that's a very exciting, because biotechnology, as you have probably explored today in this episode, there's so many different opportunities. It's so neat, it's fun, it's hands-on, it's a very exciting career.
So if you're undecided about what to do, or maybe you just need to explore a little bit more with somebody else sitting by your side, Jennifer Boris is one of many advisors and recruiters that we have at the college, but I have a special affinity for Jennifer, so you can actually find her in our employee directory, or call 363-7000, which is our Lakewood Ranch number, where Jennifer is typically housed.
Correct. Definitely call me if you need some help looking into your future career.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it's been 5 years since our first Biotechnology Open House. And we think it may have been back then when we first met Matt as a student here at SCF. So what does that tell you when our students leave and they come back and they work for us and they're very happy? We're very happy. You're happy, right?
Absolutely.
And so on behalf of Matt and Jennifer, and of course Dr. Thomas and the wonderful faculty and staff that we have here, thank you so much for taking the time to visit us here at our biotechnology program. And for more information on this and all of our SCF programs, visit scf.edu, and in particular, if you're interested in career and technical education, you can do /CTE. Thanks so much for joining us.